Hi guys, and welcome back to Butterfly Box 78. Today we will be doing the 2020 reading for oh my goodness, for Scorpio. 2020 reading for Scorpio, guys. This is a 12 card spread. I will go through each card. Each card will represent a month. If it's something that I think that needs to be clarified, then we will clarify it. Usually it's my reversals that I need clarification on, because it usually represents a lesson in your life that has to be learned or something along those lines, because what we're trying to do is navigate how to get to the upright, how to make it better. Not that it's going to be bad, but sometimes in life there are lessons that have to be learned, and there's just, you have to do certain things in order to make sure that you understand the whole meaning behind it. I actually like reversals. Nobody likes reversals, but the wonderful thing about reversals is that it's like a teaching moment. It's a learning moment. So it's like message, but yeah, it's always a moment. Try to adjust this. There we go. All right. Let's see here. All right, Scorpio, this is just an overall for 2019, but this reading is for the year of 2020 and how things will go. And any reversals I will clarify. So, in the month of January, you have Two of Staves in reverse, and Two of Staves in reverse means it's like you started off good with something, but then it loses momentum. This is the Two of Earth. So let's go ahead and clarify that for January. Okay, so instantly I feel the energy around the mouth. There may be some type of communication. There may be something that you need to say. I do feel that there is love I didn't generally meditate before I even lay out the cards, but I do feel like that there is love for you, Scorpio. I feel like this is mostly about you, though, personally. It's like a personal, the first thing that came to my head was personal battle. So I don't know if you're in the midst of battling with yourself, or you ended something like in December or November with somebody, but it's all about like you battling with yourself. there is going to be love. There will be offers. So, all right. So again, we're clarifying the Two of Staves. So there's going to be some type of victory. Even though that whatever it was that you started was moving slowly, apparently there's some victory. Like maybe something that you've been working on or a relationship you've been in. And it's finally coming to a head. Like you're getting where you need to be as far as the month is concerned. There's something that you come out victorious with. February, we got the Two of Swords in reverse. So to me, this is like an inability to make a blind decision. And wow, apparently you make a decision and you have the Ace of Staves. So this is a brand new beginning to something really good for you. And I believe it's like possibly a new job on the horizon. It's like something as if you were competing for it and you got it. We also have for March the Five of Swords. So in retrospect, this means like defeated, like you just finally just stopped fighting. It's like you fought enough, and it's like you turned your back on whatever it was that you were fighting with. Yeah, so I think this has to do with, maybe a marriage or a possible relationship that you might have been in, Scorpio. And it's almost like maybe there was a lot of arguing in March, but you do decide, you get focused on your money. I think maybe where this energy, there was like a previous energy, like this is a little bit different. This is like an energy where you're like, okay, now I'm turning my attention away and I'm focusing on my coin. And that's in March. In April, we have communication, and it's coming in fast. So again, I told you that the vibe I felt was around your mouth and communicating. I also feel like that this past relationship had something to do with possibly like this was before the new year started. It's like you're like a lot of people get rid of things that are not good to them or good for them when the new year hits, or right before the new year they end certain things. But your new year actually starts in March. So there is a couple of lessons that you have to learn in March, but with April there's fast communication. However, you got Justice in May in reverse. And the Justice in reverse is saying that there was something that may have not have gone in your favor. Yeah. You got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Oh, there's lessons. Okay, so there wasn't any support. And as a result, there was some sacrifice. Okay, so not only were you unhappy in May, like emotionally, there wasn't enough support. And so, because of that, there's something that you're having to sacrifice. Like you're sacrificing something. Like you finally give up. Like you just give it up. You're over it. It's over. And then in June, you have the Nine of Staves. So you're trying to protect yourself. Possibly this could be imprisonment. Maybe depression, like you're closing yourself off deliberately. It's like you can get out of this, but you're closing yourself off. Again, I think that this is you coming to a head with an old past situation, and you close yourself off to that. In July, you have some type of emotional overflow, some type of fulfillment, and it's very, very fulfilling. I don't know, this could be from either work or you could end up meeting somebody new. But whichever it is, it's an emotional overflow. And something is telling me, like, sexually, you could possibly be very compatible with somebody. But in August, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. And so this is telling me that not only are you unhappy with the offers that you're getting, you're closing your eyes to it. You're not even taking any. It's like you're closed off. So let's get a little bit more clarification on what it is that you closed yourself off to. Oh, fortune. So whatever it is that you're not taking actually works in your favor, because it's like maybe this new person that comes in July, August, because there are other offers, they're just not good enough for you. And as a result, because you stayed focused, fortune in the upright means that it's good luck and, prosperity, like something, even a project, or maybe like a project with your job, it works in your favor. And as a result, because of that hard work, in September, you have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. So it is like you're seeing the fruits of your labor. However, we also got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse for October. So let's go ahead and figure out what the Ace is saying. What is it saying to us? Oh, Three of Pentacles. So there is whatever it was that you worked so hard for, the beginning of it might not have turned out right. It's almost like you skipped a couple steps because there's a certain order, but it doesn't matter because you come back as the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is saying like business venture, like things are moving right. The money, this is right. Something it's like it started off wrong, but it ended up right. And, in November, you have, and I feel like this is your energy, the King of Swords. And this is you standing on what it is that you are pursuing. And this really has to do, the past, in October, September, and I believe it kind of starts in July, but whatever it is, you stand on your word. You are very stoic, you're being very logical, in your approach, and you are standing very wisely. And as a result, in December, there's an offer that comes in. I'm not really sure if I'm getting that it's an offer of love. However, it is an offer. You might want to, as I'm reading the story, you might be a little wary of that because the offer may not be what the person is verbally communicating. So my suggestion is whoever is bringing in this offer, this Prince of Staves, whoever is bringing this, you need to make sure that you do your research. Like you need to see some type of action or movement behind whatever it is that this person is claiming that they can do. You know what I'm saying? This may have to do with business-wise. So you may get an offer like financially, but you need to see if it's going to actually pan out. You need to carry over that wisdom from November into December. You know, because when I went through and read this story, it was just like, you know, you got the immediate, if I would have clarified it, you immediately got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So to avoid any bad business decisions, and I'm not going to actually lay that down, even though I know the story, you really need to be wise and do your research. You know, it's going to be important for you. And I think, you know, Scorpio, you're really kind of strategic when it comes to things like that. I think that you get really excited about offers that sound good, but you know that you are the kind of person that if you were to sit back and do your research, you'd be able to peel the layers back on the situation, and then you're able to assess, you know, especially if it has to do with money, because I think other people are seeing you like prosper money wise. You know, it's like somebody, I'm getting the impression that somebody like has been watching you. That's why the offer comes in at the end of the year. They're like, oh, okay, this person's doing good. You know, let me see how, you know, their situation can work for me, is what I'm getting. But it doesn't work. It really doesn't work out. So just be very mindful of this, taking this offer. We're going to go ahead and do the love part of this reading. Okay, so wow, this is you. So in in January, you are all about, you know, the King of Cups. So this is, you know, you're the king. You know, you kind of have everything right there at your fingertips. There's nothing that you're lacking. You're the King of Cups. It's a stable, emotionally you're stable. It's you. It's the sign that represents you. As a result, we have the Three of Wands, and we had the Three of Wands before, which I think, you know, was in here somewhere, but in February, Three of Wands. So there is a possibility of a love affair that could happen. You just might want to be a little bit careful, because there could be, you know, whoever it is that you're seeking, you know, as you can see in this card, the star is twinkling, shining hard. So this could be a very blessed situation, is what I'm getting. Wow. And then we've got the Ace of Wands. I don't really shuffle these, you guys. So whoever it is that you are with, it's like you guys have a lot of deep passion. Or it could be a situation of somebody new that you've let in, that you've actually given your heart to. I'm not sure if you gave your heart to the last situation, or if this is where it carries over. You know, it's somebody in March that, you know, you're really loving, like you're catering to. And like I said before, there was a strong sexual connection is what I'm getting. And as a result, in April, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this could be a situation, even though the Wheel of Fortune means like moving forward and karmic energy and all that. Well, the world is actually karmic energy. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is saying things are moving in the right direction, which is true. But I also have a feeling that this could be 3 different personalities, 3 different things. This could be your different personalities. But I don't know. But the communication that you're getting is really, it's good. It's working in your favor, or that you're giving. And as a result, for May, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And so in this picture, this guy is rubbing her with the soft, beautiful rose. But in her face, it's almost like she's irritated, you know, maybe a little bit not. I don't think I would call it focused. It's just that it's almost like that energy of a lover where you know that they do anything to make you happy. And for that, it almost like irritates you. Almost like an irritation. And I think that you're going to be having a little fun at some point in time, but you need to be careful because people are going to want to unwrap. They're going to want you, but it's not like you're going to have to be careful that you don't get the panties sung right off of you. You know, while you're having a good time and having fun, you know, that's where this Nine of Staves comes in, is that you need to be a bit guarded. And it's just like neither one of these people are very guarded in this situation. She's doing a dance and he's just enjoying it, and they're just interacting, they're just doing, and it's almost like once he actually gets the dress off, that's not really actually what he wanted. It's very weird. Wow, and then we have the Emperor for July. All right, so you're running some shit, whatever, emotional fulfillment. Emperor with the emotional fulfillment, this is strictly all about you. You are really getting what you want, and I do feel even more strongly that this is job related. You're on top. It's something that you're doing right. There could be a loving emotional fulfillment. This could still be that same person's energy all the way from 2019, November and December, if you're still dealing with them in that way. For some reason, it's like that energy, like this person never really left. It's like they're still there. Even if you were to deal with somebody else, they're still there. It's like almost maybe like you're dealing with two people. But in August, we have the Queen of Chalices, the Queen of Cups. So this is saying, you know, there is a very strong, you know, karmic connection. There is somebody that will be in your life that is matching, you know, your king is going to be they're matching you. There's somebody that is definitely, for the year, you will be meeting somebody who is very closely tied with you, and it will bring a nurturing emotional fulfillment. And it's good because at the beginning of the year you're very stable emotionally. Wow. And whatever the case may be, somebody's very upset. That inability to make a choice, something happens and somebody's not happy about the decision because you did not just choose them, you know. But I think this has to go along like with the job situation. It's like, oh, like they're not happy about something. Wow, and we got the Ace of Cups again. So in October, Ace of Cups. This is somebody that you're definitely loving, enjoying, just being caught up in the rapture for sure. Wow, and King of Wands. So like I said before, there is a strong sexual energy. There are a lot of kings and emperors on this board. So I'm going to say, whatever it is, Scorpio, the energy that you're having, it's a very, it's a strong energy. And the Hangman. So yeah, you know, this is all about using your intuition to make the right decision, because this person that's coming in with this offer in December, they're not even focused on the fact that they could all of this. They're weird. It's like they're only focusing on their hair. It's like this person is like slimy. That's the energy that I get. It's kind of like a slimy, you know. So just again, use your intuition, be strong, you know, make logical choices, because the energy that's coming in, it's off. It's not right. All right. We'll clarify. Could you give me my water? Can I have my water? And then we'll clarify it with.
Only had these buffalo wings. I wanted to get them so bad.
Why didn't you?
I don't know.
You had my card. Sorry guys, I needed some water. And Scorpio, you guys are doing pretty good for the year. I think it's good. You know, it's typical life. So nothing too, there's nothing, it's pretty steady. It's like, you got bitches, you got hoes, you got, you know, you got love, that's for sure. You have, there's something, your life is going to be going so good for you. You know, it's like the money, the love. The only thing that I don't see in here is maybe a lack of some spirituality. You know, I don't think that I don't want to say that you're not making decisions on that level, but let's see what the Vision Tarot says, because these are very, very spiritual cards. And let's see spiritually, you know, or how this is for you, because this is actually the path of wisdom. Interference for January. So you need to be careful that you are not interfering, you're not messing up something that could possibly be good. This bird is losing its plumage and, you know, irritated, maybe hurting, but it's like, it's and because of the way it's facing, it's yelling at the past. So it's something from the past, you know. I'm even getting possibly that this was a past lover that is interfering and you're yelling at this person. Like, get away. I'm happy with the person, this new person that I'm with. It's just that simple. All right, and Father of Air for February. So again, this is like the King of Swords energy. It's saying be logical in your approach, be protective, you know, because that's what the Father does. He protects, and he's ready. He's guarding himself. He's got his spear. He's got his shield, you know, to protect him from anything that could possibly hurt him, because, you know, in the background, it's a beautiful, you know, it's a beautiful sky and sunset, and he's just out there riding, protecting his land. Wow. Endurance for March. March is telling us that you need to get your energy up. And that makes sense, because that's where you learn kind of almost a lesson. You're learning a lesson in March, and you're going to have endurance. You're going to have to be able to go the distance in order to try to get through it. So definitely focus on, even if there's something emotional or something where you have to learn a lesson, just keep the pace. Understand that it's a day-by-day situation. Wow. And Daughter of Fire. So this is about clearing out negative energy with you. If this was in the upright, I would say this would mean that you need to clear out, you need to clear the negative energies in your environment. But to me, when it's in the reverse, this is talking about you. So internally clearing out the negative energies, really focusing on the positive, and maybe doing something, you know, maybe even doing a detox, but maybe more spiritually. Yeah, in Moon. So you need to be careful, because this actually represents illusion. That is in May. So again, what you think is, you need to not let it be an illusion, but be conscious of what the night has to bring you. You know, the wolves always howl at the moon. You know what I'm saying? Especially when something major is happening. So I believe that there is going to be an emotional surgence, especially with the full moon on this card. So just be aware. You don't want to be disillusioned. Stay grounded. Plus, that's your card. And then in June, you have insecurity. So just make sure that whatever situation you're dealing with, that you are offering some type of security, because it could be that you could be giving insecurity, like that feeling of insecurity with whoever you're with, or with your job. You might be feeling not as secure as you were before. So you need to get back on the right path. Again, where you've had illusion, maybe what you thought was very secure before, job-wise, now you're feeling a bit insecure because you're treading in an area that's unknown. And as a result, in July, you have an access. So this is internal to me. This means that where you have 7 and 5 of them have been destroyed and the water spilling out, you have 2. So there, you didn't need more than that. So there are 2 still in the reserve that weren't broken. You just had too much of something, which makes some sense, because you do have an emotional overload. And then this could be your ego. You need to be really careful that you're not that you're stretching out whatever it is emotionally that is so satisfying, that you're not just packing it all into 1 month, because the king, he looks worn out. He's just like, ugh. That's how he always looks. It's like emotional overload. So, and, this could tell me that, instead of spreading yourself so thin, all you really needed was, to leave these 2 for yourself. You need to have something for yourself, and maybe something for somebody else. So that too. All right. And Vision Quest for August. Vision Quest is telling us that, you need to, I would say, put it up to the sky, but whatever it is that you're pursuing or you're doing, you need to raise it up. You need to pray about it. Put it in God's hands. It's like lighting an arrow with fire and directing it towards the sky to see how far it goes. Just anything that could possibly, send, just to go up. This is important. Trusting, this is the light shining on a certain situation, once you decide to turn to God to pray about it. Wow, and the shaman. So the shaman is like a priest. I would consider this the Hierophant in most cards. So whatever it is that you're doing spiritually, it's correct. You definitely have God on your side. I have not seen this card in a little while. So that's good. You have the shaman. It's a blessed situation. Wow. And as a result, this is very interesting, because where you had Pentacles in reverse, and then, financially, you turn it around for yourself, and, emotional fulfillment. You also have the Sun of Earth, which is telling us abundance, something new. You know what I'm saying? That's bringing something very bountiful. And we have November, we have 4 of Air, contemplation. So to me, this is looking inside to figure out exactly, weighing out your pros and cons to a situation. So that way you're not contemplating it. That way you can make a decision. And I think this has a lot to do with me telling you that you needed to research, because in December, you have 6 of Air, which is clarity. So I think that you understand this energy in December, and you get the answers that you need, and it brings a lot of clarity. Look for that clarity. And this is very interesting, because these are feathers, And in this is a dream catcher with feathers again. So this is telling me that whatever it is, it's the dream catcher. So it's catching all the negativity, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a sun, so it's shining that there is some type of positivity with the decision that you end up making because you do the research that you're supposed to. So I do feel like that there is, you're going to be making the right decision. This is pretty clear cut for you for the month of 2020. This is good. All right, let's see here. We're going to get the overall advice for Scorpio for 2020. So in December, I'm sorry, why do I keep saying December? I guess this is December. We'll just put it down as December. So 2019, you're going through some type of transition, which leads into kiss, sex, and hug. Face and embrace all parts of yourself. And that's for January. February, party. Celebrate yourself. Yeah, go have a good time. And you might even meet somebody at a party because you're kissing, you're hugging, you're loving. Ooh. All right, animal. Embrace your wild side. Ooh. Okay. That is for March. For April, elevator. Rise above. So there's something that you need to rise above, and I think that has to do with that clearing out the negative energy within you. Email. Be mindful of the messages that you send. So this is very interesting that it's on top of this illusion card. This is also when you learn quite a few lessons and you have to sacrifice. So there's something that you end up having to give up. And it may be the illusion of something, but whichever it is, you need to be mindful of the messages that you send out so people don't get them confused. And then for June, we have ocean. Go with the flow and flow with the glow. Ooh, yeah, move like the ocean. You are a water sign, so naturally that's your habitat is the ocean. It does move in and out, and just go with it. Airplane. Spread your wings and fly away in July. I just said spread your wings and fly. My bad. Falling. Drop deep into the soul, into the ends of your soul. So, this, to me, this whole message is saying, like, while you're riding this high, that you need to come back down to earth. I think that that's the illusion. Anyway, reward. Accept all well-earned praise. So yeah, if there's something that you're doing and that comes on September where you've worked so hard and your money is so good, accept that people, are praising you for such a good job that you've done. Guide. Follow the footsteps of greatness for October, definitely. And this is really important because I think the greatness, your guide, will be, that spirit angel that's coming onto you, that's showing you, hey, like showing you the ropes on how to really maintain. Bathroom, flush all the way that no longer serves you. Yeah, so again, this is November where that information, I think, in your contemplation comes in about this decision that you have to make or that you're going to make in December. And family. Explore your sacred rooted system. So I think with that big decision that you're going to make or that offer that's coming in, it's going to be really important that, you go back to your family values with this. Your sacred rooted system is where your family is. And I think that that's going to be the most important for you. So, Scorpio, this definitely was not as long as a lot of my other readings. And that's very interesting. I looked at the bottom and it says church. So you may want to take it back to church, temple, mosque. That's what it says. Recognize your spiritual authority. So although you're a very grounded, very forthright individual, you know, this is saying like the overall energy is really what I said before, is that I didn't see any spirituality. And with family being in December, you know, and you having to make this decision or research them things, I think spiritually you, for some reason, this is the overall energy. So you might want to think about elevating yourself spiritually. And I think that that is what will really balance so many things in your life out. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed your reading for 2020. You have a wonderful day. Follow me on Instagram, butterflybox_78. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. You guys know that this is for entertainment purposes only. You have free will. You know, you are in control of your destiny. Love you guys. Bye.